the maturity comes when you stack performances like this on top of each other. So that remains to be seen. But this was a great, focused effort. Executed everything that we talked about really well at a high level. Defensively, I thought Rudy and Jaden McDaniels were outstanding and kind of set the tone there. And, offensively, we did what we had to do when we had to do it to take advantage of where we thought we could take advantage of. So.
Talked about Rudy and Jaden. I mean, with Jokic, he can score. He has 25 tonight, but he can also pass, only 3 assists. So a lot of credit going to your defense on that, too.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a great player. I mean, he hurts you in so many ways. A lot of guys just put their body on him and try to make it as hard as possible for him. But I think our defense off the ball was on point. And that was something that was important for us coming in. So.
It seemed like in the third quarter, you got Conley and Kyle maybe got just a couple of buckets to keep things going as Denver heated up there. Is that just kind of the composure that you needed?
Absolutely, yeah. That's, kind of I went back with Mike, just wanted to settle things down at that point in time. Kyle's always good for that. That's what you expect from veterans,
When with Karl and just the way that he made Jokic work a little bit, I mean, how do you see him just trying to stand up and make it tough for him to get good looks?
Yeah, he did a really good job of putting his body on him and, kind of just forcing him to, back him down and, use a lot of energy. We know that you're going to play through him at all levels, the foul line, the three-point line, and in the post, so... he's so skilled down there, and he slows the game down, and just got to fight him enough that you can bring help when you need to.
Is the hope that a game like tonight promotes Ant attacking more and more in transition like he did?
Yeah, I thought that was key. It was good to see. We need to get him to the rim more. Just has to happen. He's got to make up his mind that he wants to do that or get back to doing it. I'm a big believer in that you double down on the things that you're really good at. And then you sprinkle in everything else. But we've not been really that dynamic in transition, but it came from our defense this time, and we were able to get out and get some easy buckets to kind of build a lead. So it's important for us right now while we're still trying to find the rhythm of our offense that we, need to recapture.
Denver might not look to push as much as others, but did you feel like the team really made a point to get back in transition defense tonight?
Thought they made a point to do everything, that we talked about. That's been important to us. Whether it be closing out on a three-point line, getting back. We were still able to put pressure on the rim with offensive rebounds. I think that was important too. Gave us a little bit of a cushion to get back. There were no real clean outlets and zing it down the floor, and Jokic wasn't just whipping it all around. So, but yeah, really good job. I don't know what they finished fast break wise. I guess 9 points, but. So.
You mentioned Karl guarding Jokic. Why is it that Rudy in kind of that lurking role works so well in this matchup?
Well, I mean, I think really good at the rim. If they're going to put Gordon at the rim, we're going to put Rudy at the rim. So. But it all comes down to everybody else doing their part. It's not just as easy as that. We've done it before and they've had success. I'm sure they've seen it in other lineups that are around the league, and we have the luxury of having multiple guys. That we can put on those guys. Whether it be Kyle and Nas too, and all of them. Just like you have a great perimeter scorer and you want to throw multiple defenders at them, I think one of our luxuries is that we can actually use our size where they're really good, so.
You guys won the rebounding battle again tonight and felt like multiple efforts, especially with Jaden McDaniels getting on the boards. How much of an emphasis is that for you guys?
Well, I was really pleased with that. Jaden's it's been a big point of emphasis in the offseason for him coming into this season is to both him and Nas to be more active on the offensive glass. He got 2 key ones when we really needed it. And just, continue. I think since he's come back from, I think he's maybe 7 for 9 or something like that, 7 for 10 since he's come back from injury. So he's getting good looks. We'd like to get him a few more, but those will come. But in the meantime, defense, rebounding, all the little things that he does that we need him to do so desperately, that's really important for us.
4 games in now, has Nas increased the realm of reliability that you can expect and use him on things? I mean, his back to the basket game, his defense, things that you didn't probably need to think you could count on earlier.
Yeah, I think key for any guy, particularly a young player or guys that are trying to, solidify a bigger role, it's all about consistency. So he's giving us that consistency, and he really has done for a long time. I think I go back to last season. He really had a breakout year for us in a lot of different ways. But when we were fully healthy, before he had gotten hurt in Phoenix, he was playing like this too. But what we didn't know at the time is if it was, how sustainable it was. But I think right now, we can believe that it is, and it just gives us such a spark, So.
Mike was saying the other night in Atlanta that he wasn't feeling 100%, and under other circumstances, he might have been the one that kind of took control of the offense in the second half. It seemed like he did that tonight. Is that something you and he have discussed kind of in these moments where other teams making a run, offense doesn't look good? Is this kind of the plan that you want to see from maybe him going forward?
Yeah, absolutely. It's we've talked about it. If we talked about maintaining our structure, maybe being more of a set play team at times, things that we absolutely have to do, get the ball in his hands, get the ball in Kyle's hands at the right times. And, he has a really good command on what he's doing out there, of course, as you expect. But he also, we have a kind of a package of plays now that we know that we want to really get to, almost like a safety blanket. So
overall, with the defense, we saw, Ant has had his moments on the glass this year. Jaden had the 9 rebounds tonight. How much better is the rebounding effort overall as a team early in this season?
Yeah, it's been a lot better. We're still, I think, seemingly not getting enough kind of longer rebounds. I think once we start picking up those things, those are kind of fast break starters in my mind. So if we get those, I think it adds another layer of to our offense as well. But Rudy's playing at a really high level right now. Our wings, and you've heard me say it many times, smalls have to rebound to be a good rebounding team, and they are right now for the most part. It's just a big point of emphasis, and guys have bought in, and it's something that we make sure that we're drilling down every day.
Sounds kind of weird, but does Carl have to get used to playing against single coverage in the post again?
I don't know. I mean, seemingly faces a lot, gets a lot of smaller guys who try to get down there and get under him. So maybe, yeah. I mean, I thought he did a good job of taking his time tonight, really kind of backing people down and forcing something to happen just out of patience. But I think it's, for Cat, whether it be smalls in the post or it might be, just spacing, it's all still, he's trying hard. He's getting a little bit better every day at it, and I always think about it. We took this is an all-NBA player that we asked to move positions, and, he's still adapting, and all credit to him. And it's not easy, and he's been great about it. And I know it's at times been frustrating, but he's learning a little bit more every day, and we're learning a little bit more every day how we can still, use them to the full effect. So. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think that's pretty. Thinking back, I mean, probably we should have probably tried to post him more in that Atlanta game, to command some sort of. I mean, we did a few times, but yeah, I think could be the case. Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Thank you.